you're famous for being good friends with former President Barack Obama, and at some point, Barack had worked for you. I'm really curious about, how that came about and the relationship you guys have.
Sure. Well, one day, when me and my father, this was in 1992, my father read an article. He said, there's this kid that just moved to Chicago. He's Barack's a little young, it's 9 months younger than me, so that would make him a kid to my father. He said he was the first black editor of the Harvard Law Review. We should meet him. So somehow we found the law firm he worked for, and he came to our office, so I got to meet him. And so we're essentially the same age. I'd say kind of two skinny black kids. So we just became friends for that. I mean, after that. So he had done some legal work. He was actually the founding lawyer for Killerspin. And when I was in the White House last time he was there, he reminded me of that. So he's obviously super intelligent guy. So obviously I know him and his family. And I think through one of the first fundraisers for him, at that time I had to pay people to come listen to him. But I remember in 2003, I told a friend of mine, I said, Barack is going to be president. Now remember, I think nobody in my age group or older, nobody at that time ever thought we were going to have a black president. And that was just not in anybody's consciousness. That's like, if you were black, that's the one unachievable goal of being an American, is to be president of the United States. But I told somebody, Barack is going to be president. And I said that in 2003. So I just kind of seen the whole journey of Barack. And the big thing when he ran for Senate, to me, when he was running for Senate, that was a bigger deal than running for president. So he's running for Senate, and a lot of his friends were black entrepreneurs, which are in his age group, who were supportive of him. But I always say I'm the second luckiest guy in the world after him. He's the luckiest guy for sure. But when going through this journey for him to become senator, and he gave that speech at the Democratic National Convention in 2004, I was there. I was like maybe 10 feet away from him on the stage when he did. And that was like, that whole thing was kind of like a religious experience. So I would say I love Barack and I love his family, and we're friends, and I got to go on that journey, which I think nobody ever thought that was going to happen in our country at the time. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's definitely historic, and it's motivational for the next generation. And I think it just adds, you had asked me a question when we met a few weeks back about if you sit down and you ask someone to name some extremely successful, African-American business people, and you said not athletes, you don't want to hear about entertainment. It's sort of almost like tragic that it's hard for people to name that. So I think maybe Barack is one of those examples of people that have said,
No. It's not successful. It's entrepreneurs. There's
yeah.
plenty of black politicians. There's no lack of that.
Yeah.
No, but the question is, name two famous black entrepreneurs that would be nationally known with no connection to sports or entertainment. That's a question that nobody can answer.
Yeah.
There's been lots of black politicians forever.
Yeah.